and evening to everybody. And if you're a night owl, good night to you. Please go to bed. Um, Today we will be conquering JFK in Tower Simulator 3. It was previously just released, and it's one of my favorite airports in real life. So let's get started. We're gonna start at 9:50 because it's kind of a busy time in the morning rush. Traffic density is 100. That doesn't really change too much, but it would change the schedule, so I don't want to edit that. We have the just design default. We're gonna just play with those because it's a really good schedule apparently. And then date today, perfectly fine. I selected a runway, but you don't have to do that at this moment. Um, but yep, I'm going to start the game here, and I'll pull up Navigraph for y'all because this is probably the most important thing I look at because the airport's really confusing at first to learn, and then all of Navigraph, which is a slightly paid for subscription, but it gives you complete detailed instructions for a lot of that sim flying for flying on flight simulators, but it's really important for looking at airports. So if I'm controlling, I can do the same thing. All right, for today, we have runway 22 left for arrivals and 22 right is departures. I'm going to have them cross through on the right because it's inactive. It shouldn't really matter. Um, and I'm kind of in the position of all the controllers in a multiplayer session. I have somebody controlling ground and tower, so I would deal with that. But I'll have them line up on these, and then get them going off of here. And then 2-2 left is pretty short, but arrivals don't need to long, so they'll probably end up on the hotel. Worst case scenario, do Zulu and taxi all the way up. I might actually have a couple planes landing on this runway for the small ones, maybe like general aviation, so they don't land as much over there. But that's about it. I'll give you a tour of the taxiways. Alpha is on the inboard, and it goes clockwise. Bravo, outboard, goes counterclockwise. So every time I give an instruction, one goes this way on the outside for Bravo, and the other one goes in the other way for Alpha. It's simplified. It's a one-way taxiway, and it makes things a lot easier. We got all the Charlies on the top, and all the Quebecs and Papas, Quebecs and Papas on the back. So this is one of our, actually, I believe this is the longest runway there. So if I really ended up with a long plane to be an A380, it can take off from here, but it's a little bit squished. I'd rather give him like a full length on this one if I could. But that would mess with the procedure, so we'd have to figure that out when that time comes. But alright, we're in the game. I'm gonna hit pause for y'all, and then we'll take a quick tour of the airport while we just get started. So these are all the Delta gates. That's the terminal that is not completely built yet. I believe in life it's still the same way. But we go down here. This should be all Delta. You have a good Delta 76, 300 over there, some CRJs, a SkyWest Embraer 175, I believe. No, Republic Airways. Nice. Okay. I'll see that one in a little bit. A lot of CRJs with Delta. And then these are all internal gates that I haven't actually seen used regularly, but they're exciting. As you can see, you can move the camera a lot. But I'm going to go over to the other side of the international. We actually had a 76 down there. I just didn't see it. Wait. Hold on. Nope, that's an A321 Neo. Perfect. And then we'll move on down to here. More Republics. CRJ. A beautiful Hawaiian Airlines 787-800. Look at that. Wait. Never mind. That's an A330. Thought it was for a second with those curved wings, but it's A330 because it's got winglet. I had a winglet on that side, but oh yeah, there's the winglet. I just messed that up. Oh right. Let me go back up. Move over to the JetBlue side of the planes. This is all JetBlue's territory. So here we have all the JetBlues, all the important aircraft, just like I explained. All the cargos, FedEx, UPS, international cargos. All the hangars are up and back there. This is the American Airlines terminal, and then we have the it's also international. We have usually Air Canada, and I've seen some other international ones over there. It's kind of the gist of the airport. Let me know if you want anything else extra in certain videos and such like that. But all right, we'll hit play and get some started. I most commonly don't play with the 3D UI because I don't really like how it looks. I know it's actually really amazing if you want to fly around the airport and play it, but I like playing it from the tower cab. It's more realistic and I can get a better experience. Okay, got one on arrival.
Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 1179er with information Alpha, requesting push and start. Pushback approved facing south, JetBlue 1179er.
Real life, they're much more complicated because they're realistic. They have to deal with the flight plan, and there's a whole bunch more that goes into it. But in Tower Sim 3, there's a lot of shortened commands, as well as you can elongate some commands. You don't have to tell them the wind direction when departing if it's calm or something like that, but it makes it a little more realistic. I go back and forth from doing it just because sometimes it's annoying and it's a little hard to fit it in, where in real life it's like there's more time. In the simulator, it rushes just a little bit. But, yeah. The shifts here are really good, because the second you want something, you can hit go, and it moves over, and you just drag it back if you don't think it's supposed to be there. So if you go and go, it goes to the departure category, just left to your runway. That's in the bin.
And there was 5019er with information Alpha, requesting push and start.
The bin is like, just a trash bin. I don't think they have it in that three-dimensional tower cab. We got Endeavor 5019er. Endeavor 5019er, pushback approved. Expect runway 21 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Endeavor 5019er. Kennedy Tower, American 493 on final 22 left.
I personally think that sometimes pushing them back,
Kennedy Ground,
JetBlue
1179 ready to taxi.
Unless you know it's really busy and you can just move them in the push, and then next time another runway so that you can get them where they want to go. For easy access, sometimes it's nicer.
Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 255 with information Alpha, requesting push and start.
1179er, runway 22 right, taxi by Golf Bravo. And then he follows
runway 22
Golf
right.
Bravo after. I told them Golf Bravo, but they know where
JetBlue 1179er.
Bravo actually curves up, so this taxiway right here is Zulu Alpha. You don't think about that a lot, but it's just weird. There's a lot of odd changes. Okay, we got a JetBlue. Here's the 3D UI for you. It looks like this. I prefer to play with it off so they look real, but it's up to the person. But he's gone under clearance. I will say, if you're someone who forgets about arrivals, the UI gives you a good view because that's red and that tells you where it's trying to go. If you zoom in on that guy and look at it, you can see it's red and it tells you the runway it wants. Or, if you go out, look, you can't see anything and there's nothing there until they appear. And I have learned they do generate relatively close to the airport, so you don't actually see them physically for a little bit, but you do get this little image. So if you did want that, you can use it. So I'll see an example. American 493, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, cleared to land. American 493. Kennedy Ground, Endeavor 5019 ready to taxi.
Endeavor 5019, runway 22 right, taxi via Golf Bravo.
Runway 22 right, via Golf Bravo. Endeavor 5019.
JetBlue 225, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Negative, need pushback truck. JetBlue 255.
Runway, that's what I'm saying, well.
Command property error, JetBlue 255.
255, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. I guess it didn't hear my approved.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right, JetBlue 255.
Oh, another Endeavor.
Kennedy Tower, JetBlue 1584 on final 22 left.
Never 5224. Pushback approved. Facing south. Sometimes I like to give them chance
Pushback
to
approved
pressure the
facing
rest
south.
so they don't take the
Endeavor
long way.
5224.
They don't never do. It's just they chaos. I just worry about
Kennedy
it.
ground. Endeavor 5224 with information output. Requesting push and start.
Yeah, he didn't even call them. But he did. Well, I knew he was there because of this little icon.
Kennedy ground. American 1487 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
American 1487, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. American 1487.
Zipper 1584, runway 22 left. Wind is calm, clear to land. Actually, I said that out of order.
Runway
You would
22
say
left. Clear to land. JetBlue 1584.
Wind is calm, runway 22 clear to land. So that's what you'd say. 22 left.
Kennedy ground. JetBlue 2653 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 1179 cross runway 31 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 2653.
So,
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 1179er.
I can go all the way up.
Kennedy Tower. JetBlue 1061 on final 22 left.
See, I got the one JetBlue and then to the one that just talked to me. Look down for a minute. Or the other JetBlue do one there to push. One of them's down there. Let's see the one. What's the one there? It's got BFC, so that's a 220. We've got the American up here, so that's push. I believe it's a 73. Yep, that's a 17,809. Can't tell. Probably 8.
Kennedy ground. JetBlue 255 ready to taxi. Kennedy ground.
JetBlue
Endeavor
255 on the
5224
2
ready
right.
to taxi.
By Golf Bravo.
Runway 22 right. 5 Golf. Bravo.
Right.
JetBlue 255.
JetBlue 1179 on runway 22 right. Clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Sometimes I like to tell them to do that immediately just because one, they can go as fast as they want. Two,
Runway
I can get
22
them
right.
out quicker.
Clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 1179er. Kennedy ground. American 1487 ready to taxi.
I'll do it anyway, but you don't need to. American 1487, runway 22 right, taxi via Whiskey.
Runway 22 right, via Whiskey. American 1487. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 2653 ready to taxi.
JetBlue 2653, runway 22 right. JetBlue 218, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Cross runway 31 right. Endeavor 5019er. Runway 22 right. JetBlue 2653. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 218.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. JetBlue 1061.
American 493 taxi to ramp via hotel.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. Delta 2165.
So he's on his way, and I don't have to
Taxi
think about
to
him.
ramp via hotel. American 493.
JetBlue 2255. Oh, that's wrong. That's 2.
Runway 22 right.
So 255.
Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Endeavor 5019er.
Shipyard 5651. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. See, in some ways, you don't have to give them an exact push instruction to go south, to east, to west, or whatever. But
Runway
you
22
don't
right.
sometimes to tell them the
Cloud
runway so that it doesn't
5651.
know where to face,
Kennedy
which in
Tower,
some ways is
Delta
useful because then it
2165
won't
on
go
final
the wrong
22
way,
left.
because you can make them to go the wrong way too, which is also just as
Kennedy
good.
ground. JetBlue 218 ready to taxi. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 218 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start. Kennedy ground. Brickyard 5651 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
JetBlue JetBlue 218, runway 22 right. That's one of the few commands.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue
actually
2653.
exactly what you say.
Runway 22 right. JetBlue 218.
Line up and wait.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 255.
Sometimes they give you advice
Kennedy
about
Tower.
aircraft.
Delta 26993 on final 2 to left.
There's our plane. JetBlue 1584, taxi to ramp. There it is.
Negative. Taxiway not found. JetBlue 1584. Taxi to ramp. JetBlue 1584.
Runway 22 right.
Cross runway 22 right. American 493. Kennedy ground. Report 5651 ready to taxi.
Who's them all? A lot going on up there.
Kennedy ground. JetBlue 1533 with information alpha. Requesting push and start.
That's hilarious. JetBlue 1533, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 1533.
Runway 22 right. Number 5254, continue taxi. JetBlue 1, oh, I don't need to do you. JetBlue 255, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff. JetBlue 2653, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Runway 22 right. Report
Number
5651.
5224, cross runway 31 right.
Kennedy ground. Endeavor 5224. Request cross runway 13 left. Endeavor 5224. Runway 22 right. Clear to take off. JetBlue 255.
Delta 2693, runway 22 left, clear to land. JetBlue 157, no, it's 1517. JetBlue 1517, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 2653.
Cross runway 31 right. Endeavor 5224.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 218.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. Delta 26903.
Runway 22 right, use for takeoff. There you go. Endeavor 5224, runway 22 right, line up and wait. American 1487, cross runway 31 right. American is on his way, great.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. JetBlue 1517.
1061, taxi to ramp.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff. JetBlue 2653.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. Endeavor 5224.
Cross runway 31 right. American 1487.
Taxi to ramp. JetBlue 1061.
Kennedy Tower. JetBlue 1517 on final 2 to left.
Kennedy ground. JetBlue 1533 ready for taxi.
Kennedy ground. Qatar Cargo 8815 heavy with information alpha. Requesting push and start. Taxi to ramp. Cross runway 22 right. JetBlue 1584. Taxi to ramp. JetBlue 1584.
When did you make it a problem? JetBlue 1584, taxi to ramp via Golf. Thank you.
Taxi to ramp via Golf. JetBlue 1584.
I told you to cross.
Kennedy Tower. Frontier Flight 4058 on final 2 to left.
1533, continue taxi. JetBlue 2879, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. They're all on
runway 22 left, clear to land. Frontier Flight 4058.
Busy day, busy day.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 1533.
8553, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. As 8553, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. 24, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. 2653, contact departure.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 2879er.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Jazz 8553.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff. Endeavor 5224.
815 heavy. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
New York departure on 135.9er. JetBlue 255. Good day.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. I can't think my command. Oh, pretty early.
New York departure on 135.9er. JetBlue 2653. Good day. Good job.
Cross runway 31 right. Cross runway 22 right. Delta 2165, taxi to ramp. That's Delta. Delta 2693, taxi to ramp.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Qatar cargo weight 815 heavy.
Command requirement missing. JetBlue 218. Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 218.
Cross runway 31 right. Footnote 5651.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 1533. Cross runway 22 right. JetBlue 1061.
Taxi to ramp. Delta 2165.
Taxi to ramp. Delta 2693. Kennedy Tower. Con 919 heavy on final 22 left. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 2879er ready to taxi. Runway 22 left. Cleared to land. Con 919 heavy.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 218. Kennedy ground. Jazz 8553 ready to taxi. Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. American 1487.
Right.
Runway 22 right. JetBlue 2879er.
Kennedy ground. Qatar cargo weight 815 heavy ready to taxi. Continue taxi. Qatar cargo weight 815 heavy.
Delta 2693, cross runway 22 right. Taxi to ramp.
Cross runway 22 right. Delta 2165.
Cross runway 22 right. Delta 2693.
Taxi to ramp. JetBlue 1517.
He's going
Continue taxi. Jazz 8553.
Next one. Because that's part of their...
Kennedy ground. JetBlue 2879er with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Taxi push is just a ridiculously long push. It goes all the way out to this taxiway, so it's just a lot of work.
Kennedy ground. Jazz 8553 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
All of these guys. With the rest. Oh, we're just go down and see.
Kennedy ground. Brickyard 5733 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Connie, okay. Oh, yeah, I know that. This is 7-4. Oh, just so you know, I'm going to
Kennedy ground. Endeavor 4976 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
747 approved taxi route. So this is all green means I can taxi a 747, which is coming in, and then yellow means
Kennedy ground. Endeavor 5086 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Do when they are crossing it. But I should always be able to get them up to that route on the crossing.
Kennedy ground. Delta 625 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Endeavor 4976, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Endeavor 4976. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Delta 625.
1487, runway 22 right. Clear immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 2873, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Looking good.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. American 1487.
Already do it that way.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. Precaunt 5651.
JetBlue 218, contact departure. Good, already done that, didn't it?
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 2879.
Contact departure. I forgot who I was missing.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 2873.
Taxi to ramp. Frontier flight 4058. New York departure on 135.9. Endeavor 5224. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Brickyard 5733.
Cross runway 22 right.
Cross runway 22 right. JetBlue 1517.
Runway 31 right. ABAC there 880 heavy. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Cross runway 31 right. Jazz
Oh, there's
8553.
Connie. Oh, it's Coletta.
Pushback approved. Expect
Nice.
runway 22 right. ABEX 880 heavy.
Qatari heavy. Sorry, cargo heavy.
Kennedy ground. Endeavor 4976 ready to taxi.
Endeavor 4976, runway 22 right. Endeavor 4956. Oh, God, I can't speak. Endeavor 4976, runway 22 right. Delta 625, runway 22 right.
Runway 22 right. Endeavor 4976.
No, that's the wrong guy. Definitely 2873, continue taxi. I wish I was a real APC.
Runway 22 right. Delta 625.
5651, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff on rating altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 1533, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 2873.
Runway 22 right. Clear for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Brickyard 5651.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 1533.
Kennedy ground. Delta 625 ready to taxi.
Heavy, taxi to ramp.
Taxi to ramp. Con 919 heavy. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 2873 ready to taxi.
Right.
Kennedy ground. Brickyard 5733 ready to taxi. Kennedy ground. ABEX 880 heavy ready to taxi.
Connie 911 heavy cross runway 31 right. Left. Connie 911 heavy cross runway 31 left. Connie 911 heavy taxi to ramp via Bravo. Oh, geez.
Negative. I'm on the ground. Con 919
Okay,
heavy.
5733, runway 22 right. JetBlue 1533, runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 2879, runway 22 right, line up and wait. JetBlue 2873, cross runway 31 right. Brickyard 5675, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Cross runway 31 left. Con 919 heavy. Taxi to ramp. Bravo. Con 919 heavy.
Oh, that
Runway
movement.
22 right. Brickyard 5733.
Here we go.
Runway 22 right. Clear for immediate takeoff. On
Take
reaching
us
altitude
763,
1000.
left,
Contact
to land.
departure. JetBlue 1533.
Onto flight 4058, taxi to ramp, cross runway 22 right.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait.
4058, taxi
JetBlue
to ramp by Bravo,
2879.
cross runway 22 right. There you go.
Cross runway 31 right.
You're gonna have to cut
JetBlue
that far.
2873.
ABEX Air 880 heavy, continue taxi. Endeavor 4076, cross runway 31 right. Nope. Endeavor 4976, cross runway 31 right. There you go. I know what you could go.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Brickyard 5675. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. 151 heavy. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Endeavor 5086. runway 22 left. Clear to land. Brickyard 3763.
Taxi to ramp. Cross runway 22 right. Frontier flight 4058.
Reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Qatari 88, wait, Qatari heavy, no, it's Qatari cargo. Qatari cargo 8815 heavy, runway 22 right, line up and wait. There we go, much better.
Taxi to ramp. Via Bravo. Cross runway 22 right. Frontier flight 4058.
It's the first one, cross runway 31 right.
880 heavy.
There we go, we got something.
Cross runway 31 right. Endeavor 4976.
Delta 773 heavy, perspective approved, expect 1922 right. That's the 76. Should be.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 2879er.
Delta 242 right, wind is calm, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait.
Qatar
cargo 8815 heavy.
Delta 625, cross runway 31 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Endeavor 4869er.
Cross runway 31 right. Brickyard 5733.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Delta 773 heavy.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. Delta 2428.
Endeavor 5086, hold position. I'll tell them wait for the autonomy.
Cross runway 22 right. Conliner 19 heavy.
Jesus.
Cross runway 31 right. Delta 625. Continue taxi. Brickyard 567. Continue taxi. Endeavor 5086.
Nah. Endeavor 880 heavy, hold position.
Hold position. Endeavor 5086.
Star cargo 8815 heavy, runway 22 right, clear to Mayday, takeoff on Qatar cargo 8815 heavy, runway 22 right, clear to Mayday, takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Jazz 8553, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Hold position. ABEX at 880 heavy.
Endeavor 5086, continue taxi.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Qatar cargo 8815 heavy.
623, runway 22 right. 623, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. Jazz 8553. Continue taxi. Endeavor 5086.
63, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Continue taxi. Endeavor 4869er.
Continue taxi. 151 heavy. Negative. Need pushback first. JetBlue 623. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 623.
Behind it,
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. Brickyard 3863.
5675, cross runway 22 right. No, that's not on target. Brickyard 5625, cross runway 31 right. That's what I meant. Brickyard 5675, cross runway 31 right. Hey, you're choosing.
Cross runway 22 right. Brickyard 5675.
Continue taxi.
Cross runway 31 right. Brickyard 5675.
I mean, it's not too bad today.
Continue taxi. Delta 773 heavy.
Brickyard 5675, hold short of taxiway Charlie.
Hold short of taxiway Charlie. Brickyard 5675.
Kennedy Tower. Brickyard 3763 on final 22 left.
Runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 2873, runway 22 right, line up and wait. Brickyard 3763, taxi to ramp. Delta 2428, wind is calm, runway 22 left, clear to land. Brickyard 3863, wind is calm, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Jazz 8553. Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 2873.
Taxi to ramp. Bridgehead 3763.
Runway 22 left, clear to land, Delta 2428.
Quebec Air 880 Heavy, continue taxi. JetBlue 2873, runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff, emerging altitude 1000, contact departure. Endeavour 4976, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Runway 22 left,
Endeavour
clear to land.
4869, cross runway
Bridgehead
31 right.
3863.
151 Heavy, cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 623, continue taxi.
Cross runway 31 right, Endeavour 5086.
Continue taxi.
Look at
ABEX Air
5675,
880
continue
Heavy.
taxi.
Runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 2873.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait, Endeavour 4976. Cross runway 31 right, Endeavour 4869.
Cross runway 31 right, and 151 Heavy.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 623. Continue taxi. Brickyard 5675. Kennedy ground. Brickyard 5675 ready to taxi.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure, Endeavour 4976.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait, Brickyard 5733. Kennedy ground, and 151 Heavy ready to taxi.
Delta 2420, when it's calm, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Endeavour 5066.
Next time, that is my F8.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Delta 2420. Kennedy Tower, Delta 2428 on final 22 left.
Kennedy ground. Endeavour 5086 ready to taxi.
31 right. Brickyard 3763, taxi to ramp by a hotel. Cross runway 22 right.
Cross runway 31 right, Delta 773 Heavy. Taxi to ramp via hotel. Cross runway 22 right, Bridgehead 3763.
Taxi to ramp, Delta 2428.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. Jazzy 89er. Kennedy ground, Endeavour 4869 ready to taxi. Kennedy ground, Delta 773 Heavy ready to taxi.
Brickyard 5722, runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 65, runway 22 right, line up and right.
Runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Brickyard 5733.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Delta 625. Kennedy Tower, Bridgyard 3863 on final 22 left.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 623 ready to taxi. Kennedy Tower, Endeavour 5066 on final 22 left.
Kennedy Tower, Delta 2420 on final 22 left.
And the DUI back on. That one's about to leave. That Delta down there needs to go.
Kennedy Tower, Caribbean 5 on final 22 left.
Lord, that won't work. Who's on final?
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 2873 with information Alpha, requesting push and start.
Caribbean 5. Yep. That is it. Caribbean 5, when Caribbean 5, when it's calm, runway 22 left, clear to land. That felt weirdly short.
Negative, in the air, Caribbean 5.
Delta 2428, cross runway 22 right. Brickyard 3863, taxi to ramp. Perfect.
Runway 22 left, clear to land, Caribbean 5.
Guys is making their way. JetBlue 623, cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 623, hold short of taxiway, Foxtrot Bravo.
Cross runway 22 right, Delta 2428.
Taxi to ramp, Bridgyard 3863.
Cross runway 31 right, JetBlue 623. hold short of taxiway Foxtrot Bravo. JetBlue 623.
Takeoff and making off with 1000, contact the customer. That's 880 heavy, 1922 right, line up and wait. Hey, please.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 625.
Shorter part, but
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. AVEX Air 880 heavy.
Kennedy ground, Jazzy 899 ready to taxi.
One more time, because we don't have to wait a bit after this guy, because he's huge. These are tiny.
Kennedy ground, AVEX Air 880 heavy with information alpha, requesting push and start.
They're gonna hate me, so I'm just gonna make them wait for a little while. The passengers will hate me, so.
Kennedy ground, Brickyard 5675 with information alpha, requesting push and start.
There we go. There goes the 75.
Kennedy ground, Endeavour 4699 with information alpha, requesting push and start. Cross runway 22 right, Brickyard 3863.
Yes, 88999, right.
Taxi direct, Endeavour 5066.
AVEX Air 880 heavy, 192 right, designated takeoff and landing after 1000, contact departure. Brickyard 5675, 192 right, line up and wait.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right, JetBlue 2661.
Runway 22 right, Jazzy 899.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. AVEX Air 880 heavy.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Brickyard 5675.
Kennedy Tower, Dynasty 5322 heavy on final 22 left.
Dynasty 5322 heavy. No, 22 left, good range. Oh, I got the second right. That's what it was.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Dynasty 5322 heavy.
Get back to the tower view. Even still they're on the ground. There we go. Nose up.
Kennedy ground, 151 heavy with information alpha, requesting push and start.
Cross runway 22 right, Endeavour 5066.
Runway 22 right.
Negative. Need pushback first. JetBlue 2661.
Delta 2420, taxi to ramp. Perfecto.
Taxi to ramp, Delta 2420.
Hey, the X is way up there. Gotta wait a little bit longer.
Egypt Air 985 heavy on final 22 left.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 2661 ready to taxi.
Maybe that's not good.
Kennedy ground, Delta 773 heavy with information alpha, requesting push and start.
Egypt there. I think I was scared about that.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 623 with information alpha, requesting push and start.
Egypt Air 985 heavy on 92 left, take it out. Brickyard 5675 on 92 right, 6 immediate takeoff, 118 altitude 1000, contact departure. Endeavour 5086 on 92 right, line up and right.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Egypt Air 985 heavy.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Brickyard 5675. Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Endeavour 5086.
Cross runway 31 right, Jazzy 899.
We are cooking. Cooking with guys. JetBlue 557, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right, JetBlue 557.
Got those boys moving. That's an arrival, so. Yeah, that's an arrival.
Kennedy ground, Jazzy 899 with information alpha, requesting push and start.
Cross runway 22 right.
Cross runway 22 right, Delta 240.
That's a big boy, arrival.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 2661 with information alpha, requesting push and start.
Yeah, we have looking like JetBlue 1587, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 1587.
Runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff, 118 altitude 1000, contact departure. Endeavor 4869 runway 22 right, line up and right. And here we go.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Right.
On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Endeavor 5086.
5, taxi to ramp. I don't care how you do it. Most of the time
Runway
I just try to do
22
it.
right, line up and west. Endeavor 4869.
Where's the
Taxi to ramp,
There you go.
Caribbean 5.
Kennedy Tower, Endeavor 5515 on final 22 left.
Where's Connie?
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 557 with information Alpha, requesting push and start. Kennedy ground, JetBlue 557 ready to taxi.
Actually, I need to check this for a moment because see who's on that.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 1587 with information Alpha, requesting push and start.
557, continue taxi. American 167 heavy, pushback approved, expect from 922 right. JetBlue 623, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. JetBlue
Endeavor
557.
4869 and 1922 right, taking immediate takeoff, and anything else to 1000, contact the country. Hawaiian 51 heavy, 1922 right, line up and right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. American 167 heavy.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 623.
Runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000,
Oh yeah, that was nice.
contact departure. Endeavor 4869.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. Hawaiian 51 heavy.
Endeavor 5515, runway 22 left, clear to land. Caution like turbulence, heavy Boeing 777.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. Endeavor 5515.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 1587 ready to taxi.
JetBlue 158. What am I supposed to? Bruh.
Kennedy ground, American 167 heavy with information Alpha, requesting push and start.
Down to taxi 22 heavy, taxi to land.
Cross runway 22 right, Caribbean 5. Taxi to ramp, Dynasty 5322 heavy.
JetBlue 557, hold position. JetBlue 1587, continue taxi. JetBlue 2661, continue taxi. Endeavor 5318, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Hold position. JetBlue 557.
Continue taxi, JetBlue 1587.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 2661. Pushback approved. Expect runway 2 to right. Endeavor 5318.
Kennedy ground, American 167 heavy ready to taxi. Kennedy Tower, Brickyard 4566 on final 22 left.
Down. Nice one.
Kennedy ground,
heavy,
Endeavor 5318 with information Alpha, requesting push and start.
Runway 22 right. Clear for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Hawaiian 51 heavy.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Delta 77.
JetBlue 557, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 557. Kennedy ground. American 142 heavy with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
American 142 heavy, pushback to takeoff from 922 right. American 167 heavy, continue taxi. JetBlue 2661, cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 1587, cross runway 31 right. Egypt Air Niner 85 heavy, taxi to ramp.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. American 142 heavy.
318, continue taxi. He's going to cargo.
Continue taxi. American 167 heavy.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 2661.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 1587.
Heavy, runway 22 right, taking immediate takeoff and raising altitude 1000, contact the taxi.
Taxi to ramp.
JetBlue 63, runway 22 right, line up and right.
Continue taxi. Endeavor 5318.
JetBlue 557, cross runway 31 right.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 773 Heavy.
Victory 164, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. JetBlue 623.
Cross runway 31 right, JetBlue 557.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Brickyard 4566.
Runway 22 left, cleared to land, JetBlue 1604.
Kennedy ground, Endeavour 5318 ready to taxi.
Kennedy Tower, JetBlue 1604 on final 22 left. Kennedy ground, American 142 Heavy ready to taxi.
532 Heavy, cross runway 22 right. Egypt Air 985 Heavy, cross runway 22 right. Look at that.
Cross runway 22 right. Dynasty 5322 Heavy.
Oh yeah.
Cross runway 22 right, Egypt Air 985 Heavy.
Oh, that is a picture. I'm taking a screenshot of that. A nice looking one. Oh yeah. We love flying. Look at that. I gotta eat it there. Scuttling across the runway. It's already done. I love how in Tower Sim 3 now they don't do that like long holding period. They used to hold for like a stupid amount of time. But now they're back to being decent. And we're back to departing on
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 6590 with information offer. Requesting push and start.
Takeoff on moving altitude 1000, contact taxi. Number 5515, taxi to right. That's 8899. Runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 623. Taxi to ramp. Endeavour 5515.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Jazzy 89er. Kennedy Tower, JetBlue 2220 on final 22 left.
Sometimes, but this is super realistic already. JetBlue 2220, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, cleared to land. JetBlue 2220.
Yeah, 8899 on runway 22 right, clear. So we'll do takeoff on the altitude 1000, contact taxi. Yeah. JetBlue 2661 runway 22 right, cleared the lineup. No, that's not what I meant. JetBlue 2261. JetBlue 2661 runway 22 right, lines and wait.
Runway 22 right, cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Jazzy 89er.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 53, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. Dynasty 5322 Heavy, cross runway 31 right. American 142 Heavy, continue taxi. American 142 Heavy, continue taxi.
Negative. I'm on the ground. JetBlue 2661.
Endeavour 5318, cross runway 1. Endeavour 5318, cross runway 31 right. Endeavour 5515, cross runway. Endeavour 5515, cross runway 22 right. JetBlue 511, pushback approved, expecting runway 22 right.
Command property error. JetBlue 2220.
American 167 Heavy, cross runway 22 right. American 167 Heavy, cross runway 31 right. And didn't cross, did it? JetBlue 2661, runway 22 right, clear to immediate takeoff and moving altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 1587, runway 22 right, line up and right. Breaker 5566, taxi to ramp.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. JetBlue 2661.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 659er. Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 53. Cross runway 31 right. Dynasty 5322 Heavy. Negative. I'm on the ground. Command requirement missing. Dynasty 5322 Heavy.
Continue taxi. American 142 Heavy.
Blue 1587 on 822 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Negative. Unknown command.
Equal
Endeavor
557 on
5318.
822 right, line up and wait.
Cross runway 31 right. Endeavor 5318.
Negative. I'm on the ground. Endeavor 5515.
Negative. Need pushback first. JetBlue 511. Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 511. Cross runway 22 right. American 167 Heavy. Cross runway 22 right. For crossing traffic. American 167 Heavy. Cross runway 31 right. American 167 Heavy.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 2661.
Cross runway 22 right.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 15.
Quickly, taxi, hold position.
Taxi to ramp. Brickyard 4566.
Triple factory, continue taxi.
Continue taxi.
Quickly 511,
JetBlue
continue
53.
taxi.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 659er. Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 1587.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 557.
Quickly 557 on 822 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Endeavor 5318, runway 22 right, line up and wait. Boom.
Taxi to RAM. JetBlue 1604. Cross runway 22 right. Endeavor 5515.
Cross runway 31 right. Quickly 659 across runway 31 right. Quickly 511 across runway 31 right.
Cross runway 22 right. Brickyard 4566.
4378, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Hold position. JetBlue
Quickly
53.
1604 across runway 22 right.
Continue taxi.
Quickly 2220,
JetBlue
taxi to right.
53. Continue taxi. JetBlue 511.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 557.
American 142 heavy, cross runway 31 right.
Runway 2 to right. Line up and wait. Endeavor 5318.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 53. Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 659er.
Endeavor 5318, runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. American 167 heavy, runway 22 right, line up and wait. Oh, well, if that
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 511.
It worked.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Brickyard 4378.
D Kennedy
Cross runway
International?
2 to right. JetBlue
No, it's
1604.
that's fine.
Taxi to ramp.
Oh,
JetBlue
I've seen it
2220.
before.
Negative. Unknown command. American
This is
142 Heavy.
beautiful in this
Cross
area.
runway 31 right.
Ridiculous.
American 142 Heavy.
Runway 2 to right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure.
Okay.
Endeavor 5318.
Runway
Okay,
22
this
right.
board
Line up and wait.
immediately.
American
More
167
than
Heavy.
777.
Kennedy
This one
ground.
is even.
JetBlue
Yeah, that's
659
that one.
ready to taxi.
That one, not so much.
Kennedy ground. JetBlue 53 ready to taxi.
Kennedy ground.
Alpha 167,
JetBlue 511 ready
192
to
right, clear
taxi.
for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. American 167 heavy, 192 right, clear for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Quickly 52 right, line up and right. Crossing and turbulence, heavy, bonus, 777.
Negative. And departure. Command requirement missing. American 167 Heavy. Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. American 167 Heavy. Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 53.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 2 to right. JetBlue 881.
Continue taxi.
No, the county's up
Brickyard
at the top down there.
4378. Kennedy Ground. Brickyard 4378 ready to taxi.
It's going way up to the top. Maybe it's all the way up there. I don't know. We can go look for it later.
Kennedy Ground. JetBlue 53 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start. Cross runway 22 right. JetBlue 2220.
I have to have this guy flash this guy every time for him to leave.
Kennedy Ground. JetBlue 511 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Kennedy Ground. Brickyard 4378 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Front view of it's good. Here's some Boeing front view that's kind of better.
Kennedy Ground. JetBlue 881 with information Alpha. Requesting push and
55
start.
cruise in a future rate, full permitted to back in the altitude 1000, contact special. JetBlue 5. Nope. JetBlue 659, everyone on future right, cleared. JetBlue 659, everyone on future right, line up and right.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 53. Negative. I'm on the ground. JetBlue 659. Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 659.
Kennedy Ground. JetBlue 881 ready to taxi.
Kennedy Ground. JetBlue 421 with information Alpha. Requesting push and start.
Yeah, boy.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 421.
Good God. That was my time. JetBlue 1851, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 881, continue taxi. JetBlue 2220, continue taxi.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 1851.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 881.
Runway 22 right, good permitted takeoff from engine altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 511, runway 22 right, line up and right.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 2220. Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 659.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. JetBlue 511.
Sometimes it's a wireless connection, but if this is the end, that's the end of the video. Yeah. I want to do that anyway. Okay. Americans at the 1700, yeah. Thought that was it. Yeah. Doodle. JetBlue 881, across runway 31 right. JetBlue 421, continue taxi.
Cross runway 31 right. JetBlue 881.
Runway 22 right, good for me to take off from engine altitude 1000, contact departure. American 142 heavy, runway 22 right, line up and right.
Negative. Enable. JetBlue 421. Cross runway 31 right. Brickyard 4378.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for immediate takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue 511.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 421, continue taxi.
Runway 22 right. Line up and wait. American 142 heavy.
Continue taxi. JetBlue 421.
Kennedy Ground. JetBlue 1851 ready to taxi.
Runway 22 left. Clear to land. Singapore 26 Heavy. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 421 ready to taxi.
American 142 Heavy on a 22 right clear for immediate takeoff on the altitude 1000, contact the taxi. Look at that.
Runway 22 right, clear for immediate takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. American 142 Heavy.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Brickyard 4378. Cross runway 31 right, JetBlue 421. Kennedy Tower, Singapore 26 Heavy on final 22 right.
Where'd he go? Where's that big ball? Look at him go. Oh yeah. Boom. Gear up. See you later. Go for 1851, continue taxi. You go for 1851, cross 118 to... Go for 1851, cross 1031 right. Pick up 4378, 1022 right, close immediate takeoff from the altitude 1000, contact departure. Quickly 881, 192 right, line connect. Alrighty, folks, so this has been an awesome episode. That
Unknown
concludes
command,
our
JetBlue
episode of
1851.
JFK.
Cross runway 31 right, JetBlue
Thank
1851.
you. Please like and
Runway
subscribe.
22
I
right,
will see
clear
you
for
in the
immediate
next video.
takeoff on reaching altitude
Have a nice
1000.
weekend,
Contact departure,
and I'll talk to you
Brickyard
in the next one.
4378.
Let me know in the comments what kind of airport you would like next. Alrighty, folks. See you later. Bye.